I became much more active then in, for example, the Dalvin Democratic Club. I became president in 2000, and then I became president again in 2002. And, um, and then I decided it was time we had a gay person in government, because we never had one before. We had somebody in Wilton Manors, but we never had a person in local government in a high-profile city like Fort Lauderdale. So, so it was a challenge. I had never run for government before. I never even wanted to run for government, even though my background has always been in activism and supporting other people in their campaigns and very more issues oriented. But we all talked about it. You know, I went to people in our community and I said, do you think we should do this? Because it wasn't about me, it was about trying to elevate our community one level more. So we all agreed we're going to take a shot at it. So we've done it before. It wasn't the first time a member of our community tried to become a member of the City Commission of Fort Lauderdale, but he had lost. That was in the 90s. But that person moved from Washington, D.C., and then like a year later he decided to run. So it wasn't like he had any community connection, whereas I had lived here for many years, and while I had not really taken that much of an interest in city politics, I was more issue-oriented. I felt that I had established a name within our community, and I was going to run for District 2, which is where a large part of the LGBT community resided in Fort Lauderdale. So I took a shot at it. There were 7 people in the race because it was an open seat, and voila, I won, and not without the suffering, certain amount of prejudice. And why do I know that? Why do I think that? Because when we had the primary in February of 2003, I was the top vote getter of all 7 candidates. And after that primary, I went to all the other candidates and I said, would you please support me? And every one of them supported me, of course, except my opposition. So in the final analysis, I won by 50 votes. Now you say to yourself, why so close? And I really believe in my heart of hearts that it was simply because the community at that time was not ready for a gay city commissioner. So when they had that choice between the two of us, I have to thank our community for pushing me over the top. And to this day, I still feel there's that pull and tug of uncertainty as to who we are as a community. But as our numbers grow, and as our visibility is more apparent, and as people get to know who we are and so forth, and as they see me on the commission, that I don't come with a gay agenda per se, they realize that we need to be integrated in the rest of the community, and that and more of that is happening. I'm doing my best to bring people from our community at the advisory boards and getting them more engaged, because we have a tendency as a community to pull back and just be secluded, and we live within our own cocoon of life, which doesn't really help us as we move forward.